So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert. If this is your first time tuning in. So it's a cold one here in South Texas. All last week it's been freaking freezing. The lowest we got was down to like 15 degrees, so it's been pretty cold. Deer season's wrapping up. I think we have one more day, 2 more days left. One more day left. But I get a lot of people who are curious on what type of hog hunting setup I have. And since deer season is wrapping up, most people are going to be jumping on to predators, hogs, other types of animals that you can shoot year round. So with that being said, a lot of people have also asked what type of setup do I have today. Nothing's changed since some of my older videos. The only thing that really has changed is the thermal. I'll talk a little bit about the thermal, talk about a little bit about the basic setup, and yeah, we'll go ahead and get into it. So to quickly talk about the thermal a little bit, just to kind of address what type of client or audience does this thermal target. It targets usually entry-level thermal enthusiasts, people who are just entering the thermal market. This is probably what it's going to target. This one is the ATN Thor LT. They are now, I believe, on the ATN 5 now, so I'm behind a little bit on the generations. Now I do plan on upgrading this in the near future, just because of the fact that I cannot record on this. So since I make YouTube videos, I cannot actually record my shots or anything that I'm hunting through the scope. So that's something I would like to have on here. Again, it's not necessary to go out and hog hunt. If you're not making YouTube videos, you don't plan on using the content for anything, it doesn't matter. This can be just fine. But in my case, I do like to make YouTube videos and film everything. So I would like to have the opportunity to record what I'm hunting. But yeah, it's just the basic LT, Thor LT. I've made a whole video on the scope itself, kind of walking people through how to operate this thing. So I'm not going to do that on this video. You can check out the channel, and there's a video about 3 years ago or so where I walk everyone through on how to operate this thing. But yeah, overall, it's been a good thermal. Like I said, I've had it for a couple years now. It's been great, no issues. You can't compare this to a higher end thermal. Just quickly talking about it, you can't compare this to a higher end thermal because they aren't on the same playing field. This is I know now it's a sub $1,000 thermal. When I purchased it, it was about $1,300, I want to say $1,300, but you can't compare this to like a $5,000 or $7,000 thermal. They're just, made with different materials. It's at a higher price point, probably has a nicer optics inside, nicer sensors and everything else. So again, this is in its own category. It fits a specific purpose. Usually the entry-level thermal guy trying to get into thermal. Now to quickly talk a little bit about the AR itself. This is an AR-15 223. I do use 20 round mags in here. Now, and again, a lot of you guys asked what kind of setup. So I usually have quite a bit of these already stacked up with some ammo in there, some rounds. I usually keep 3 on me. I keep 1 in here, 1 in my pocket, and 1 in my jacket. That's usually how I will go out and hog hunt. I have one of those waterproof hard cases for the rifle itself, and I have a couple of mags in there as well, already loaded and ready to go. But these are, again, I'll leave these down below in the description. I'll leave the thermal down and below in the description as well. But these are just standard 20 round mags that you can pick up at Academy or anywhere else that they sell magazines at. So again, this is a standard AR-15 made by DPMS. I've had this rifle for quite a while already as well. Now, if you tune into the channel, then you'll know that I had not a thermal, I had a night vision setup on this one. So since then, that's the only thing I've upgraded is into a thermal. I've switched out the night vision for a thermal just to see what it's like to hunt with a thermal. So far, I like it. I do still have the night vision. I just haven't set up on any. I don't have it set up on any other rifle yet. But yeah, you can. I guess we'll go ahead and talk about how you can enter hog hunting later at the video. But yeah, night vision is fine. It's less expensive than getting into thermals. But again, back to the AR itself. It's just a standard 223. You can pick up at Academy or any other gun store. It's pretty standard. No extra stuff on here. This is the only thing that I added because I had the night vision on there at one point. But again, I don't have night vision on there anymore, and I just left it on there. But it's just, you know, you have railings and areas you can add more attachments to. Since I have the thermal, I don't have any attachments on here. This thing's actually pretty heavy, adds a little bit of weight to it. So I don't need to add any kind of lasers or lights or anything like that. Or, you know, bipod or anything like that. It's just going to add more weight to what I have to carry when I'm hunting. So, yeah, and especially because I plan on doing some helicopter hunting here, maybe in the next year or two. So that would be pretty exciting. But yeah, guys, this is my setup. Again, just a basic AR-15 you can pick up. This one, excuse me, happens to be a DPMS. It's not a very well-known brand, but it's worked effectively for me. It's worked for me. I've had it for, like I said, years and years and years, probably over 5 years, 6 years at this point, somewhere in that range, and no issues. Again, the scope, I've had it for over 3 years, I say, and again, no issues on this one either. But yeah, this is my basic setup, extra mags, and standard AR-15 with a thermal. That's how I hog hunt. Now to quickly talk about, I know there's going to be a lot of beginners or people who have never hog hunted before that are interested in hog hunting. You can get into it pretty inexpensively. You don't have to get an AR-15. You can get a bolt action rifle and go out with a regular scope and go out and start hog hunting. Obviously, you're going to be limited on how many hogs you can take out if you're hunting with a bolt action rifle. You can't load up, you know, 20 rounds at one time. So you are going to be limited on that. Most people do go out and hog hunt with an AR style rifle for the most part. Now the reason I shoot AR-15 versus AR-10 is because it's a lot more affordable. It's just cheaper ammunition for a 223 round than it is for a 308 round on an AR-10. So that's the reason I choose a 223. Also, it's a lot of fun. You can do a lot more You can also do a lot more target practice shooting with a 223 round. And for that reason, I choose that. Now, to make this even less expensive, you can just buy a standard inexpensive AR-15 and put a basic scope on here, and you can do a lot more hunting during the day. Obviously, you can't be doing it at night with a regular scope, but that would be the most basic entry-level way to get into hog hunting. If you want to step it up after that, then you would go into like the night vision. I have some green flashlights, red flashlights I used to attach here that I used to I used to put some red and green flashlights, and I used to cut out these the solo cups that they used to make that were red and green, and I would cut them out and make little filters off my flashlights. And and this is how I used to hunt with red light and green light. It kind of dimmed down the light a little bit. It somewhat worked. I wouldn't say it was 100% effective, but it did help me to kind of get into it before I had the money to go out and purchase a night vision, and before I had the money to go out and get a thermal. That's what I did. I kind of jerry-rigged it, and again, just had a flashlight attached to these and put the little solo cup cutouts and glue them on there, or tape them on there, and I would hunt like that with a regular scope. And yeah, that's how I started off with it. And then from there, if you want to take it up from a regular scope, you can get it to a night vision. Go out and actually buy a night vision setup, and that's probably the medium range to get into hog hunting. And then you want to take it up another level, then you can get into the thermals. Now, another tidbit of information is the binoculars. The binos for scanning with night vision or with thermals work a lot better. I see a lot of people have the actual like military style helmets with the drop downs. That's pretty cool. And that's, you know, it's great because you can keep your hands, you know, free, so you can actually get ready to start, you know, taking out some hogs. But again, that costs a lot of money as well. But yeah, that's my my quick video on the hog setup I have today and that I still use. Nothing has really changed, and it's, you know, why change if it's been working? So again, the only thing I do plan on changing out is this. No set date on that when I'm going to do it, but that is my plan in the future, is to buy another one of these that can actually record, and maybe jump up to like a mid-level thermal or something like that. We'll see what we do. But yeah, guys, until next time, be careful, be good, take care, and God bless. Appreciate you guys. Till next time, bye-bye.